Why did the security footage cut off? Just as she smiled goodbye. 11:03 p.m. Burlington's Route 9 bus stop. A red umbrella lies open in the snow, but its owner is gone. Tessa Reed wasn't supposed to take the late bus. She texted her brother, "Running late. Just one more shift." The camera caught her stepping onto the bus. Alone, calm, unaware it'd be her last ride. Timestamp: 11:03 p.m. Last seen boarding Route 9. By morning, her seat was empty. Her pass still scanned in, but never out. And the bus driver swore she never got off. Detective Rivera replayed the footage frame by frame. At 11:04, static flickered 3 missing minutes. When it cleared, Tessa's reflection in the bus window was gone. Missing frame: 11:04 to 11:07 p.m. Her brother, Jordan, said she hated the dark route. She always called him when she got off. That night, his phone buzzed once, but when he picked up, all he heard was the faint sound of rain and a voice whispering, "Tell him I stayed." 2 days later, the bus was found abandoned at the depot, engine running, doors open. The red umbrella was neatly folded on the dashboard. And on the driver's seat, a note written in smudged ink, "She never left." Main suspect: Mason Drew, bus driver. But one detail didn't add up. Why did the bus driver insist she'd stepped off, when every frame said otherwise? 11:05 p.m., Route 9, Hollow Creek Junction. Mason Drew's eyes avoid the camera as he points to an empty stop, his hands trembling slightly. He remembers her. Tessa, red umbrella in hand, boarding the bus. But the moment she passed him, the reflection in the windshield seemed delayed. He claims she left 2 stops early, but CCTV shows nothing. Main suspect: Mason Drew. Jordan's voice cracks over the phone. "She's still on the bus, isn't she?" The driver's silence stretches longer than it should. And for the first time, the uniformed detective feels the weight of unspoken truth pressing down. Detective Rivera pieces together the timeline. Bus logs. Scanned entry at 11:03. No exit recorded. GPS ping. The vehicle never slowed near Hollow Creek. And witnesses at the stop swear someone else got on. Someone wearing dark clothing vanishing into the shadows. 3 days later, replaying CCTV. 1:31 to 1:55. Mason's hands shake as he gestures toward the empty seat. I thought she got off," he says. But the truth flickers in the static. Her reflection is still there, just for a heartbeat watching him. Every replay deepens the question. Was he telling the truth, or hiding what he saw? At the depot, investigators find a bus log entry. Passenger not accounted for. Record incomplete. Jordan stares at the screen, and somewhere in the shadows, the red umbrella waits, untouched. But one detail didn't add up. Next, who was at the stop before she disappeared? Who was waiting at Hollow Creek? When the bus rolled by empty, streetlight flickers against the wet asphalt. A shadow crouches near the stop, too still to be human. Tessa's red umbrella lies folded on the bench, untouched by the rain. A coffee cup she never finished trembles from a gust of wind. Her backpack sits snugly against the railing, as if waiting for her return. Timestamp: 11:06 p.m., Hollow Creek stop. Jordan paces the apartment, phone pressed to his ear. "I can't stop thinking she called me before boarding," he whispers. Every second feels like a knife. Her last words, her last smile, her last breath, gone. Harper Ellis, the barista, recalls seeing someone speaking to Tessa. A man in a dark jacket, hood pulled low, hands in pockets. But her memory is fragmented. Did he step onto the bus? Did she acknowledge him? Or did the light deceive her? Witness: Harper Ellis. The bus driver swears he didn't see anyone else. Yet, the timestamp shows a minute missing from the video. A faint whisper on the wind carries Tessa's voice. "Tell him I stayed." Jordan shivers, certain she didn't leave the bus. Detective Rivera kneels in the snow, inspecting footprints that lead to nowhere. Only one set appears, stopping mid-step, vanishing as if swallowed by the night. And above the stop, a streetlight flickers once, then dies. But one detail didn't add up. Next, the CCTV that shouldn't exist. Why did a camera that shouldn't be there suddenly show her? Alive? 11:07 p.m., the alley behind Hollow Creek stop. Tessa appears in the frame for 1 second, then gone. The feed is grainy, flickering, yet unmistakable. Her backpack swings lightly on her shoulder. Red umbrella tucked under her arm. Timestamp: 11:07 p.m., alley camera feed. Jordan stares at the screen, frozen. That's her. That has to be her, he whispers. Every heartbeat echoes in his chest, louder than the storm outside. Detective Rivera rewinds the footage repeatedly. At 11:08, a shadow crosses in front of the camera. Too tall, too quick. Did it move her? Or was it just a trick of light? Shadow figure, unknown. Mason Drew, the bus driver, insists he never saw anyone. Yet the timestamp shows the bus doors open, no one exits. And a faint tapping sound comes from the alley, as if someone was calling her name. Jordan clenches his phone, praying for a reply she'll never send. The alley camera feed flickers one last time, revealing her reflection in a shop window, staring directly at the lens. And then, nothing. But one detail didn't add up. Next, who was following her on Route 9? Who was walking behind her that night? Unseen, silent, and too close. 11:09 p.m., Route 9, near Hollow Creek Bridge. A lone figure mirrors every step she takes, vanishing when she turns her head. Tessa's shoes leave wet prints on the asphalt. Her backpack bounces lightly with every step. Red umbrella folded, dripping water onto the cracked sidewalk. Timestamp: 11:09 p.m., Hollow Creek Bridge. Jordan sits in the dark, scrolling through bus tracker apps, desperate for a clue. She's always careful. Why would she walk alone? Every scenario he imagines twists tighter around his chest. Harper Ellis calls again, voice shaky. I thought I saw him, tall, hooded, like he was waiting. But the footage from the streetlight flickers. One frame shows two shadows, the next, just Tessa. Witness: Harper Ellis, shadow figure. Mason Drew's bus dashcam reveals only static for a crucial minute. Footsteps echo in the recording, hers, then another, faster, heavier, almost deliberate. The alley from Part 4 now feels alive, as if someone is tracing her every move. Detective Rivera leans closer to the monitor, a chill crawling up her spine. The timestamp shows 11:11 p.m. A message notification pops up on Tessa's phone. I'm here. No one knows who sent it, or if she even saw it. But one detail didn't add up. Next, the footprints that disappeared into thin air. How could footprints appear and then vanish into nothing? 11:13 p.m., snow-covered path by Hollow Creek. One set of wet prints ends abruptly, leaving only silence behind. Tessa's umbrella leans against a lamppost, dripping into the snow. Her gloves are left neatly folded beside it. The faint glow of a nearby diner flickers through the mist. Timestamp: 11:13 p.m., Hollow Creek Path. Jordan's hands shake as he examines a map of the route. She knew every shortcut, every safe place. How could this happen? Each thought twists tighter around his chest, each memory a dagger. Harper Ellis recalls hearing the faint crunch of footsteps behind the bus stop. But the wind had been strong. The sound could have been anything. She can't be sure if she saw a figure or imagined it. The memory keeps fracturing. Witness: Harper Ellis, footsteps? Detective Rivera kneels in the snow, examining the ground. The prints stop mid-step, no trace of struggle, no drag marks. A crumpled bus ticket lies nearby, stamped 11:02 p.m., yet it shouldn't have been there. Something in the timing doesn't make sense. Jordan whispers to himself, voice breaking. Where did she go? If not here? Above the path, the streetlight flickers again, casting one long shadow that disappears into the trees. And on the monitor, a still frame from the bus dashcam shows her seat, still empty. But one detail didn't add up. Next, the chilling discovery that changes everything. What lay hidden beneath the snow, waiting for someone to finally notice. 11:17 p.m. Hollow Creek Path, behind the abandoned diner. A faint glimmer catches Detective Rivera's flashlight. Something unnatural in the snow. Red umbrella lies open again, partially buried. Her gloves are scattered nearby, stiff with frost. The lamppost sways in the cold wind, casting shadows that seem to twist toward the figure. Timestamp: 11:17 p.m. Hollow Creek Path. Jordan arrives at the scene, breath freezing in the night. This can't be real, he whispers, voice trembling. Every hope he had is crushed as he sees what Detective Rivera uncovers first. The snow has melted just enough to reveal footprints beneath. Not hers alone. Another set. Too large, irregular, dragging as if the person or something was in a hurry. Footprints. Unknown suspect. Beneath a thin layer of snow, something moves slightly, detached from the cold night. A faint heartbeat, almost imperceptible, echoes in Jordan's mind. And then, a flash of a torn sleeve, red fabric, her favorite scarf, half buried. The realization hits. She wasn't just missing. She had been there all along, concealed, unseen. Detective Rivera uncovers a small metallic object in the snow. A bus ticket crumpled, stamped 11:02 p.m., tied to a locker nearby. A note is tucked inside, smudged but legible. I never got off, but someone followed me. The shadows from the lamppost seem to lean closer, as if the forest itself is watching. Main suspect, unknown. Jordan picks up the scarf, red as the umbrella, trembling in his hands. For the first time, the story aligns. Tessa was never truly alone, and yet the figure who followed her is still out there. The wind carries her faint laughter, distant, haunting, unresolved. The Veil of Secret. Subscribe for more chilling true crime stories.